Hello there ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to a Guild Wars 2 Online PvP match commentary. We're following a warrior for this match and we're on the Battle of Kyhlo. You're watching episode number 9 of our pre-season videos, which we're releasing every single day until the release of the game. And then when the game is released, we're going to enter season 1 and we're still going to have lots and lots of stuff going on. Subscribe to this channel if you are interested in your Guild Wars 2 PvP. So we're following a warrior and we're heading towards the red team side of the map. This is the windmill. This is the red team's capture point generally. They would normally have a few players come here to make a secure capture on that. It looks like they've only sent one, which is a very offensive start for the red team. But the blues have sent 2 to this side of the map. And it looks like the blue team have also captured the mansion already. So the blue team are definitely making a more offensive start, even though the reds do seem to be down on players perhaps at the start of this game. There goes that warrior down with a spike right there. We're being engaged now by another warrior coming in here, and we've also got an engineer coming up here as well. So we've got a 2v1 happening. It looks like the red team are basically falling back players to try and make a capture on this point, as they didn't send enough there to begin with, and the blue team have basically been making this push, which has stopped them from being able to cap a point, and just letting the blue team just rack up this early score. Seeing just some knockbacks there, just chain CCing this warrior to keep him out of business and bring him down nice and quickly there. And we've also got an engineer up here as well. He's not on massively high HP and they're pretty squishy class, so we're going to see our warrior trying to jump in there, but it looks like the blue team are going down. Yet our blue team warrior is going down there and is going to be spiked by that warrior. There we are, finished off. Also gave a rally to the red team, so it looks like the red team will now be able to capture the windmill, but they are way behind, as you can see from the score. They got 35 points behind, and this early on in the game, that's a very strong start for the blue team indeed. Yeah, so we're getting back out into the match now. Yeah, definitely a very strong start for the blue team. The reds are definitely lacking behind. I'm guessing from that push as well, and the way the red team brought players back towards that point after the start of the match, that the blue team are probably going to have a more offensive push on the clock tower. Yeah, there they go. The blue team just captured the clock tower. The reds did manage to capture the windmill, but the reds are definitely quite far behind now. We've got a thief there heading towards that, engaging on that warrior, so we're going to assist them. There goes that warrior, he's burning all of his skills. That's the downside of that warrior build that's being used at the moment with the frenzy 100 blades ball charge build. If you miss, you're basically screwed. As we're going to see now, he's basically got nothing he can really do. We're just dodging out of the way of that 100 blades there because he can't land it on us. Throw bowlers, dealing some damage there. So that wasn't throw bowlers, that was the immobilization from our burst skill. So you can see all those bleeds that we stacked up from that burst skill. He's got Endure Pain up at the moment, but the bleeds actually tick through Endure Pain, which is quite an interesting thing to bear in mind. Is that, yeah, conditions still hit players through the any actual buffs they might have, like Endure Pain, which should neutralise all damage, but actually this bleeds and conditions all still tick through it. It also doesn't really make any difference what armour they wear, which is an important thing to factor in. It doesn't really matter if they're wearing heavy armour or light armour, it still does the same amount of damage, which is obviously a very important thing because it makes this a lot more effective for bringing down other warriors and guardians and things like that. At the moment in these pug games, it's quite a powerful build because not enough people bring any condition removal. In the 5v5 it's not quite as effective because most of them do have some sort of form of condition removal or something like that, which counter this build pretty hard. So we're engaging, we're up in the clock tower at the moment. You see the blue team there, they used quite a few knockbacks just a moment ago, keeping the red team out of the centre of the map, so the blues can make this capture. Got an engineer up here as well, he's trying to do a good job staying in there, but he's just HP's going down too fast, he's going to have to fall out. He's got slick shoes up there which made us fall over, which is quite a good play from him. Another mine there knocking us over back as well. So well played from there from that engineer. So we're going to try and chase them down up to the top of the clock tower. Going to have a 1v1 up here. The engineer is definitely good at controlling space, and you can see him there dropping that supply drop. Very tactical move there, as it basically stunned us for a few seconds. He also got an immobilization in on us, so he's been able to deal some pretty solid damage. And we weren't in a good position at all. We have gone down there. Good play from that engineer indeed. Going to try, this player is trying to get back on their feet, but the engineer is going to no doubt knows where they are and he's going to be coming towards them. He's on very low HP though as well. Perhaps this will come down to not trying to finish each other while off in the down state. No, the engineer's got a heal off there. So we have to counter and we'll pop it. This is the Vengeance skill, which is quite an interesting skill for the warrior. It basically gets you back on your feet for a few seconds so you can try and finish someone off. But this build, it takes a while to build up because you've got to build up that adrenaline to get the burst skill off to do some real damage with it. So we're not going to have enough time. There we are, going down. Yeah, not enough time for the warrior there to get back on his feet and actually manage to do a lot. It's only using this sort of build. It's only really worth using vengeance if you're in some sort of massive team fight or something like that, where you can get back up quickly and just finish someone off. You can also get the trait, of course, which will get you back on your feet, like a rally. If you're in vengeance state and you manage to finish someone off, if you have a certain trait, it'll actually rally you as well, so you'll be fully back, rather than just being vengeance and dying eventually anyway. Blue team have definitely got the better map control so far in this game. They're about 100 points ahead. We can see that there's a warrior vengeancing there as well, so we're going to have to turn around and engage against him. You can basically tell the difference between the vengeance because it's got the icon, which is the red flashing one at the moment, which is sort of a person, and they also have those sort of poisony looking glow coming out of them, which is pretty gross. Yeah, that basically says they're vengeance as well. Got a thief jumping in there as well. Both teams are fairly well balanced as it stands for what they're actually speccing out. We've got three warriors on this team, a mesmer, an elementalist, and 2 thieves. The other team's fairly similar. They do have more engineers, I think, than the blues. Yeah, they've got definitely a couple engineers on the red team as it stands. You can see 2 of them right here. So it looks like our players have been having to fall back there. Someone really should have pushed him hard and managed to bring down this warrior. Then he was on 78 HP. Pretty much anything would have finished him off. And this is also the important factor that people aren't using trebuchets at the moment on this map. Neither team is using a trebuchet, and the trebuchets make such a difference. You can basically hit any point on the map with them, and they're so effective. It's such an underused thing in these pickup group games at the moment. It definitely will be used in 5v5s and stuff like that, if this map was used in 5v5s. But in these sort of structured PvP groups where it's just random players, it's not really being utilised as effectively as it should be. So engaging against another player here. This is one of the other engineers trying to stack up a few bleeds and let the bleeds finish them off. It's quite easy to stack up bleeds just using the #1 skill of this build. So there we're fighting against a ranger now. This build's fairly strong against rangers, Lara professions like that, because it has the CC and stuff, but we're being forced away. It was just too much damage for this player. So trying to pop our elite skill there, which is basically giving the player swiftness so they can move and try to get out of the fray a little bit. We do go past that greatsword warrior there though, and they are definitely, as we've seen there, Bull's Charge, Frenzy. Yeah, there's the 100 blades. There's the powerful build we said about earlier. When it's wasted, but when it's used properly like that, it's devastating. Such a powerful skill at the moment in this game, as basically the builders at the moment. There you go. It was 4.1k damage there. Pretty much all of that was coming from the 100 blades. It's such a powerful skill as it stands. It's probably going to be nerfed. I don't want to go out there and go completely out on a limb, but yeah, it just seems so powerful. I don't really know. It's the Bull's Charge is the biggest issue. Sort of that ranged knockdown ability that puts you right in position for it. It's not so much the 100 blades and the frenzy, because that's kind of nerfed now, because frenzy means you take more damage. So if you're ranged or something like that, you can just spike down someone who has frenzy up really quickly. But because they have the Bull's Charge as well, it causes that knockdown, so they're right on top of you, able to get the full time of the attack off because of the quickness boon. Yeah, I don't know. There is a balance issue there, certainly, and it's just being overused by most warriors at the moment. That's not something you want to see. You don't want to see everyone running the same build over and over again. It gets boring and it's not exciting, really. So you see this engineer there is making good use of their turrets and stuff. It's not really enough to counter this build, but you're making good use of their turrets, moving around them, make sure we're getting hit by the net turret and stuff, but they are going to get spiked down right there. Blue team are maintaining this pretty good map control. They've lost the mansion a couple of times, but never for very long, and they've maintained the central point capture most of this match, which is definitely given that lead in score. Like I said before, no one's using the trebuchets. Trebuchets can knock out the walls on either side of the central point, which creates more vantage points, and they can also damage the terrain, like they tear down buildings or things like that, which definitely makes a massive difference. So we're seeing a line of warding being placed down there. That was quite a good tactic from that Guardian there, because it kept that player back and forced them to go down the ledge rather than heading up towards the central point. So basically split our team up a little bit rather than where we were trying to join together. Definitely seeing some critical mass being brought here from the red team. They're definitely bringing a lot of players to the central point, trying to make a strong push. Yeah, we're going down there. That was well played from the reds indeed, bringing that critical mass to that centre. All those players just dominating us. Yeah, definitely going down pretty hard. So we are going to manage to get vengeance off somehow. They just didn't. Apparently, they decided just not to quite finish us off. So we're back on our feet, trying to deal some damage out. But yeah, definitely a very strong move from the red team. They're going to outnumber us again, just bring us down. We're not going to really do a lot with that vengeance. Yes, that was absolutely fantastic play there from the reds. a very strong counter. They managed to get the 2 points captured now. If they can try to defend those, if they got someone on their trebuchet or something like that, they can try to get some support fire in. The blue team aren't too far from winning, but they're definitely possible to stop them. Just have to send one player, try and neutralise that mansion, just try and stop the blue team from gaining control of it. Get someone on the trebuchet, nuking the mansion so then they can't get control of it, stuff like that. This is also a vital point that we should bear in mind for the use of Guardians at the moment in the meta of this game. If you're using Guardians and stuff like that, if you have 1 or 2 in the group, absolutely fantastic for just sending to a single point because they can just hold it down by themselves. Their spirit weapons are almost as powerful as another player. At the moment, it's absolutely insane. The hammer is just incredible. It just keeps knocking you down all over the map. It's amazing at the moment. I'm not sure whether it's going to be buffed or whether it's... well, I know it was buffed. Sorry, whether it's going to be nerfed back down. We've got a 2v1 up here at the moment. We're going to go down, yeah. 2 engineers, it's just way too much control. They're a very control-based profession. They can control areas, or they control an individual player pretty well. Lots of knockdowns, things like that, and movement skills. So we've got some more players from the blue team heading up, but then we've got some more support from the red as well. Yeah, the red team are definitely making this strong push to capture these points, but the blue team are so close to winning. I'm guessing they're probably going to have won. Yeah, they've won already. Your team is victorious. Well played there from the blues, and a nice attempt at a comeback there from the reds, but it was just too little, too late. So I hope you've enjoyed this PvP commentary. Leave me some feedback in the comments below. Tell me what you think, tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like. And if you've got any PvP videos of yourself or your PvP team or guild playing, get in contact with me. I'd love to do some commentaries for you. Thank you very much.